Hey Monroe, how are you? Hey, listen, I want to show you guys what it's gonna kind of take to do a wax museum project. Mostly it's researching about a person and finding out what their life was like and what made them important. So don't get hung up too much on, oh, I don't know how to do this board, or I don't know how to do this slideshow. Just really get into researching and finding out about that person and trying to figure out what it is that how that helps society and what it affected history with. But I'm going to show you a couple student examples here of some actual display boards that students had given me. If you don't have a printer, don't worry about it. You can write the stuff out by hand. That's what I'm going to do. And so just have fun with the project and learn about it. But let me show you a couple of these student examples here and talk about them and show you what's on these. Also, on the assignment for the Wax Museum, there are 4 posts on there. One of them is a list of people you could pick as a topic. Another one is the template to make a slideshow. You just literally highlight the question and answer the question. Like, I am known for, and then you like fill in what were they known for? Why were they important? There is directions on how to make the board, what should be on it. You'll see that here. And gosh, what is the 4th thing? I think there's 4 things on there. But just click on those, open them up, and you'll see exactly what to do. All right. And again, if you have questions, send them to me. But send them to me on the Wax Museum assignment. Don't be asking me during the Western expansion or math or anything like that. All right. So here I'm going to show you. I'm going to flip this around and I'll show you guys some student examples. So, all right. So this first example is Rosa Parks. Of course, Rosa Parks was one of the people that kind of really started the push for normal people to, not normal people, but the average person to start thinking about equal rights. If you knew anything about Rosa Parks, she had worked all day and she was tired and her feet hurt. And back then, if you were an African American woman or person, you were expected to go to the back of the bus and give up your seat if a white person came on, and there was no other seats. So she refused to do it, and so she kind of sparked the movement towards giving the equal rights to African Americans. So first of all, there's the title. All right, here's an introduction with a photo. And again, if you don't have a printer at home, don't worry about it. Have the information. The photos aren't going to be a big thing. If you want to have a drawing or something like that, you could do that. Young adulthood, what it was like as them as a growing up as a young adult. Their childhood. I think these are supposed to be reversed. I think this is supposed to be childhood here. This is supposed to be young adult here, if I remember it right. Your reflection. This is really a big one for me. Is why was that person important for you to research? Why did you research them? We're excited. This is where you got your information from. Where did I get my information? Google is not a works cited. Where did you go on Google's to find the information? And you guys can see there's biography and go from there. In adulthood is usually when they became famous. Unless I'm thinking of Joan of Arc, I think she was a teenager when she was led an army. But she, usually it's the adulthood. Death and legacy. Now, obviously, death is when they die, but the legacy is. So, what happened after their death? Why were they still important? And then, of course, last in here, what was the historical impact? Now, that could also be culture. How did they help against culture? Okay. So again, I would say, and then right at the bottom, timeline. That is a very average timeline, I would say. It only has 4 entries. I would say your timeline should go across the bottom, all the way across. Of course, the more important your person was, the more stuff they're going to have. All right, now this one's a little better. This was Mackenzie Selby's. Her costume was crazy good. She had that costume, literally, and I still have it. I have it in the classroom. She wore the headscarf, and she had the dress on. Now, Mother Teresa worked with the poorest of the poor in India. She worked with people. There are groups in India called the Untouchables, and it's not because they're rich and powerful. It's because they're so poor that no one wants them, will do anything with them. So she's done a really good job. I really like how she's got it framed up in background. The Rosa Parks one kind of had it, but not as good here. But she did really well. And I want to say Mackenzie Selby won the costume contest, and it was very inexpensive to make. But if you guys can see her timeline, it goes all the way across, all the important events in her life, and it's in order. It's from when she was born to when she died, and it just goes in order. And there's Mother Teresa with Princess Diana. You know, she was a tiny little thing, but she was certainly revered for the work she did. She got no credit for years and years and years, of course, but like one of the things the Untouchables do, and the very sick, but the Untouchables do is like their job is like to kill rats. And of course I was talking to Miss Fruki about that. But anyway, so here's a couple of boards. These are big ones. You don't need to go this big if you want to do one. The dollar store, I was at the dollar store this morning. The bigger ones are, you can get it. They get smaller ones for $1. You can get the bigger ones for $4. Okay. And, I'm going to do one and I'll show you how to do it. And again, I'm going to handwrite mine, and, you guys can work along with me as you do that, or you guys can go ahead and start. Please, if you, pick a person, just let me know. Let me know who you're going to do and who you're going to research, and send that to me. I know we've got a couple people picked out already, and they're going to get working on it. So, all right. So just to give you an idea of what to do and where to start and what to get going on. All right, bye, guys.